Young Turks has had dozens of fights with different creators throughout history. Why? When you're number one in news online, the algorithm rewards anyone attacking you because then you get into their algorithmic loop.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an accident that we've been attacked dozens of times. One, we're independent thinkers, so anyone, if we don't match their ideology, they're going to attack us. But number two, they get in our algorithm loop. It's too hard to resist, right? So all of a sudden, they think that we're being funded by Nancy Pelosi or the CIA, and then, oh, we're off to the races. There's another fight, right? But our competition is a graveyard, and so we won almost all of those fights. Why? Because we try really hard to stick with the truth, with logic, and we don't do audience capture. Even if our audience is going in one direction, we don't think it's right, Anna and I will come out and go, no, sorry guys, love you, but rent control is not a good idea, okay, etc. So in that world, the people, it's going to take a while, guys, but people who are telling the truth are eventually going to rise up. And when they do, now we're free. And now the second part is even more devastating for mainstream media because I'm a businessman, right? I keep looking at the revenue for CNN, et cetera, and they have a massive problem. And people don't realize how big the problem is. That thing's going to capsize. I don't talk about it often because I don't want more competition. Okay, I also have a company, right, in the online world, et cetera, but I'm too honest. I gotta say it. So they have two revenue streams. One is ads. That's why they serve advertisers, and politicians are huge advertisers, as we mentioned. The second revenue stream, depending on the company, is arguably more important, which is subscribers. So now what happens in a business normally is, so they started out low and then they got high, and now they got a ton of subscribers. At its peak, cable has 100 million households, right? So they're raking in unbelievable money from subscriber fees, and they got advertising on top. So when you're all the way up here, your costs start to rise. Why do they rise? Because then the on-air talent has leverage. And as an example, there's many others. And so the on-air talent, like Sean Hannity says, I do a program that brings in X amount of maybe 100 million, maybe 200 million. So give me 40 million a year. And they do. Sean is making 40 million a year last I checked. Okay. So I don't know if he's still getting that kind of money, and I'm just basing it on reporting, right? But that's a monster. So they have all these giant costs. But the minute you go from 100 million, now we're at, I think, around 70 million. You just lost a giant chunk of your revenue. Now, when your costs are higher than your revenue, nighty-night, it's been nice knowing you.
Yeah, it's going to collapse and it's going to be painful.
But what we need, guys, is last thing on that is we need the print guys like AP, Reuters, Intercept, The Lever, the Sirota runs, whatever Ryan's working on now, Ryan Grimm, etc. We need those badly. We need someone to collect actual information and do the best they can in presenting it in an objective way. We all got to support that. So you can't lose text. That's so important. The TV guys are just actors. You can lose them overnight and it won't hurt you. It'll help you.
Yeah, just it's going to be a messy battle for truth, because the reality is there's a lot of money to be made and a lot of attention to be gained from drama farming. So we're just constantly creating drama. And sometimes drama helps find the truth, like we were mentioning, but most of the time it's just drama, and it doesn't care about the truth. It just cares about drama. And then the same as like conspiracy theories. Now, some conspiracy theories have value and depth, and they allow us to question the establishment institutions. But the bottom line is conspiracy theories get clicks. And so you can just keep coming up with random conspiracy theories. Many of them don't have to be grounded in the truth at all. And so that's the sea we're operating in. And so it's a tricky space too.
But Lex, look at all the people who are the biggest now, because we've now had a couple of decades at this, right? So, and I mean as an industry. So I would argue you're huge. And you don't do that. You don't do the conspiracy theories. You don't do the drama at all, right? Rogan is huge. Yeah, maybe there's drama, but he's genuine, right? I got a lot of issues with some of his policies. Mixed opinions on Joe in a lot of different ways, but I don't doubt that he's genuine, and people can sense that, right? And he's huge. We're genuine. We're huge.
Yeah.
So this is the market beginning to work.